Welcome one, welcome all to the Blue October Finals. My name is Peter Canavit Harnell, and we will be getting into things in just a moment for our opening match. For any of you guys who are tuning in for the very first time, these are the top 8 teams from across the month of October from the Blue regions. Fantastic teams from all over the place. Mostly the Americas and Asia playing in this particular tournament. We did have our red monthly finals before. So these teams playing for the lion's share of a €500 prize pool for whichever team comes out on top of our bracket here today. But who are these teams? What are they? And what is this place? Let's find out. Let's take a look at our teams. We have, over in our number 1 position, Roxas. A team at which any of you guys watching recently will be very familiar with the name of. They are an extremely nasty team to face up against. Hailing from Japan with team owner Rin and with a double manager setup in Rai and Rusei. They have dominated recently. Their only loss being to number 1, another team who are playing on the other side of the bracket. But apart from that, they have been unstoppable recently, going undefeated in their previous 2 tournaments, taking down Score Gaming, Frankenstein and Severe, all taking part in the tournament. So definitely our number 1 seed, a favourite here today. Then just below them we have Turk Ordusu. Would be a pretty big surprise if Turk Ordusu made it through to the semi-finals against our favourites team, but stranger things have happened on the battlefield. Roxas, the only representative of the Japanese side of things, but Turk Ordusu being one of 2 Turkish teams taking part in today's competition. Certainly, coming in as a number 8 seed, they're going to have to work the hardest to get through to the next stage, but for any team that makes it to the grand final, the grand prizes await. But who else do we have? Score Gaming, headed up by Gometax, in the number 5 seed, will be taking on Unexpected, also from Turkey. So there's a possibility of seeing an all Turkish semi-finals if Roxas do get upset in the first round of competition. Unexpected, let's see, they have taken multiple losses to Roxas recently, but so I'm sure smarting for some revenge on the side of Score Gaming. They've had a pretty strong showing recently, taking down ANG and Frankenstein, who are just below them in the bracket. But, like Unexpected, they will be looking for revenge against Roxas, as tough as that task may be. Below them, we have Severe, our international squad, who've traded wins with ANG recently, but have scores to settle with Frankenstein, their first round opponents, Roxas, and number 1. Speaking of Frankenstein, they will be one of our 2 French representatives, so France, like Turkey, with 2 representatives in this grand final. Frankenstein themselves won the last tournament they played in at the end of October, but that was quite a while ago. Still, Frankenstein took down Severe and Score Gaming on their way to do it, so a team to definitely watch out for. And on the bottom, though definitely not the least, the Satanic Temple from the USA, represented by Hani Dabas, their owner, and Cadet B, their captain, have taken a lot of losses recently, but have managed to bat away the other teams to make it in as our number 7 seed. Will be going up against the other French representatives, number 1, who have had when they're in the last tournament at the end of November. Number 1 took out Roxas and Severe, and one of the few teams who've managed to actually trade wins as opposed to just be beaten by Roxas. There's definitely no team which can say that they are set up to dominate Roxas on number 1 seed, but certainly number 1 are the team most likely to be able to take them down. But if they meet, as is the way these tournaments are set up, it will be in the grand final. We have a lot of potential for some upsets along the way, and oftentimes we do. But from what we've seen so far, these are the seedings. These are the most likely ways these will get played out. Our first giveaway will be on twitch.tv/Modern Combat. Head over there and type hashtag RO16 if you want to join in on that. I believe, and I'm going to have a quick check-in. On what's going on with the tournament at the moment, because I think we might be having some issues with our admin communication tools, so we'll have to maybe put in a starter game to get us over with. Initially the plan was to show Severe versus Frankenstein, but we may have to change plans because of the situation, in which case let's start us off, if we can, with the old traditional, a free-for-all on the streets. So before our ESL teams take to the field, you too can come and show your skill. Please use the passkey ESL123 to come and join in on this custom game. We probably won't get to show the whole thing, but you guys can carry on playing even if we have to attend to official business part way through. So yes, sorry about that, a lot of business to take care of in the opening part of today. So how you guys doing? I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Let's see. There we go, I think everything's working on this end. Hank MC5. Ah, what's with the sad face, huh? I hope that you'll come and play with us. Already got a couple of souls. Oh, darn it. Well, it looks like we will have to change plans then, because Severe versus Frankenstein, we have got that first pass key. So apologies for the delay. We're getting things underway in just a moment with our international squad versus the second seeded team from France. Our admin for today is Soldier Girl, keeping everything running behind the scenes. If you see her in the chat, please do say hi. Though do bear in mind, of course, that there's every possibility that she's going to be busy running things behind the scenes. So if you don't see her till the end of the tournament, that'll be why. Okay, so we'll jump across in just a second. But yeah, guys, let me know. What do you guys think? Who do you favour coming into this tournament? Will it be the Frankensteins or someone else entirely? Alright, I think that our teams are just getting ready. So we'll bring you guys across. Shazoom! And we'll be getting things underway as soon as the teams have gotten all their ducks in order. So as you can see, this first game will be on overtime. Frankenstein's over in the blue, Severe in the red. And we shall return once the teams are ready to get things underway shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Our blue monthly files are underway, though it has started off in a little bit of an unexpected fashion. But for any of you guys just tuning back in, my name is Peter Kenneth Hartnell, joined by Daedalus. Unexpectedly, welcome.
Hello, Peter. I am, I'm back. Have you missed me? It's been ages since we've got to cast together in MC5. And now I'm back. Now I'm here. And I'm ready to let you know that, well, I don't know. You want to do that different, weird speech you want us to do? That my whole body hurts and I can feel it in my fingers and... This is a very weird intro. Hello, guys.
I feel like you've buried the lead there a little bit. But anyway, so this match started 5 versus 3, which I didn't think was probably supposed to be the case. So sorry about this, guys. I know you've been very patient waiting for us to get started, but I'm afraid your patience will be called upon even further because we're going to have to go back out and join again. Sorry about this. I'm not quite sure what's going on. But I suppose while we get everything back where it should be, Daedalus, yes, it has been a while since everyone has heard your charming voice. Yeah, I was trying to think of something a little bit less cliched. But
my beautiful Danish accent.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Hero Gaming Simon's pleased to see you.
Hey, Hero Gaming Simon. It's been too long. I've missed you. Have you kept Peter company while I've been away?
I thought you were gonna go with the "Have you missed me?"
Nah. I worry about you, Peter. I know you don't have a lot of friends, so at least you have Hero Gaming Simon.
Hey man, Hero Gaming Simon is the only pal I need. Well, to be fair, that's not true at all. But what a champ Hero Gaming Simon is. So, Daedalus, having just come back to stream, you might also be surprised if you look in the YouTube channel that Hero Gaming Simon. Oh, there you go. There you are with your personalized stuff there. Hero Gaming Simon misses you too. But yes, we've got some new moderators installed, of which Hero Gaming Simon, Hunter, and oh gosh, I keep getting everyone's names confused. Oh, that's right. I think Big Gorilla is the other one. So do not be alarmed if you see them flexing their authority.
And flexing their muscles. And I'm sure all of them have big biceps.
I mean,
Like me, of course.
That's what I get from playing MC5. You're gonna move your thumbs around at max speed. Alright, so
doesn't that give you big thumbs then?
Depends how you do it. You know, you can move your thumbs with the wrists. I move my whole arm. It's quite an impressive thing. It's like a concert pianist. But well, we're trying to find out what's going on with this particular game because it seems like it's not getting together as fast as we would like. So I know these teams have played a fair amount before, so again, apologies guys. We would otherwise be bringing up a regular game just to kind of mess around with, but we're trying to make sure we show you as much of the files as we can. With that in mind, we're going to have a word with Soldier Girl at admin today and see what's happening, since we've got a couple of severe players, but a lot less Frankenstein players than we might otherwise expect. So guys, please do stay tuned. We will return as soon as we are able with our first ESL match of the day. Stay tuned! Welcome back, guys. We're all losing our minds here as we will be getting onto Scramble for our first official match of the day. Now, Severe were not able to field their full roster in a timely fashion for Game 1, so they will come into this second game with a 1-game disadvantage.
And what a better map than to go into our first game on Scramble. That is one of my favorite maps here in Modern Combat 5. And, well, Severe, we all know them as a very good team. So now going up here against Frankenstein, I'm sure they're going to have one hell of a time. But so far, Frankenstein are dominating Severe.
Yeah, it's looking like it could well be a very Frankenstein time to be alive, as Mojtaba in particular picking up some serious action in the early going with that ERG, that bounty hunter sniper rifle. Gonna take the place of prominence here on Scramble. Very efficient, and certainly with the bounty hunter able to drop down an awful lot of kill streaks as well.
Now for Frankenstein, they are ahead by 10 kills thus far, confident. We all know that Modern Combat 5 things can swing in. Going to be a top contender in our final for today.
Frankenstein looking like they're pretty well set up to move forward into the lower bracket semi-final, most likely to face off against number 1, the other French representatives, and that's the case for both countries. Turkey and France represented by 2 teams here today. There's no way to see both or either of those countries with both of their teams in the finals. They will, at best case scenario, they will be knocking each other out.
The time is running out for Severe. They do not have a second chance in this quarterfinal, considering that they weren't able to field their roster in time for the first game. That means now Frankenstein are 4 kills away from securing themselves a spot in the semi-final.
Team owner 11X has to be trying to do everything they can to motivate Severe through this extremely tough game on Scramble. Unfortunately, we missed out on another appearance of our new map to the pool overtime, but this Scramble certainly a long-time favourite for multiple reasons, as Severe tried to go for a last push.
But nonetheless, Frankenstein will end out our quarterfinal with a 10-kill lead against Severe, and that means that now Frankenstein takes this series 2-0 and goes straight into that semi-final.
Alrighty, so let's just take a quick look across and see what these guys have got for us. So, alright, in that case, actually, we'll leave. I'm just going to leave it open for the time being. So, while we'll be moving forward in the tournament, we have got 2 giveaways to do on each platform. So please head across to twitch.tv/ModernCombat and enter in hashtag RO16 to enter in for that giveaway. But just to get a little bit more out of control, we're going to start a second giveaway as well, which will be on Facebook. Type hashtag quarter into the Facebook comments if you want to enter into that. And if you're particularly crazy, just like Deedless here, then you can enter in on every single one of our giveaways.
Wait, why am I crazy?
I don't know. I just wanted to involve you somehow.
Well, I'm a crazy caster. Hello, guys. I'm crazy.
Well, you are not wrong. So me and this crazy guy will return soon in a sequel. But
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, the scouter says the passkey for the break game is ESL123. So if you want to play on stream while we get set up for our next ESL encounter, please do come join us on these mean streets. So giveaways on Twitch, on Facebook as well. We want to give you guys as many credits as we can, but we need your entries. If you don't enter, you cannot win, and we'll have to just give them all to Deedless. And he, you know, he is bad with credits, let's put it that way.
Yeah, man, I'm a rich guy, so guys, go crazy in the chat. Can you be crazier than I am? Can you go machine gun like me? Just go crazy.
That was an interesting sound effect. Well...
Machine gun!
Don't do it again, please don't. So, please, quickly come to this game so we can go to break and I can sedate Deedless, who's very happy to be here, apparently. But, I mean, hey, why not? Mojitaba, I remember you from the last game. Impressive, huh? Let's see if we can find an opponent who's willing to step up. Oh, apparently Modern Combat 5 is a member of the YouTube channel as well. Wow. I've never had a conversation with a game before. Deedless, if you're going to have a question for Modern Combat 5... You're a game.
I'm a bot.
You're a what?
I'm not a what, I'm a bot.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. Okay, I'm prepared to entertain this notion, please. Let me know what your line of thinking here is, Deedless. Why are you a butt?
I can't think.
I mean...
I live for the 1010 Python coding, I guess?
What?
I'm not very strong on coding, are you?
What? I'm so confused.
You know of Python coding?
I don't. Please educate me.
Well, I don't know. I just know that there's something called Python coding.
Well, there you go, guys.
You have Java and you have Python coding, and I think Python coding is the one where you use the 101 kind of thing.
Where did this come from?
I'm a bot.
Oh, are we making a programming joke, but I just didn't get it because I don't understand programming?
What? I don't understand programming. How can I make a joke about it?
All these questions and more will not be answered now, here, or anywhere. Because it's all just far too confusing. So we will be getting onto our second encounter of the day shortly. At the moment, I believe we're just waiting on the other members to finish up their quarterfinals. So, Roxas have already gone through to the semi-finals, taking out Turk or Dusu, so no upset there as of yet. And of course, also, number one have gone ahead of the Satanic Temple, so it's looking like we will have an all-French semi-final coming up in a little bit. Score Gaming and Unexpected will also be occupying the other side to go up against Roxas. Sorry, I interrupted you mid-gasp, and that's awfully rude of me.
Yeah.
Or did you interrupt me?
Nah, man. I never interrupt you.
Oh, that's good now.
Actually, I think I do that quite a lot.
Well.
Have you ever noticed that?
I can't say I have. Maybe I've been blind all this time.
You're just turning your blind eye to my rudeness.
A blind ear, perhaps. A deaf ear? A deaf eye?
How can I near be blind? I think it's a deaf ear.
Why are we still here?
Can you feel it in your body?
The way you're misquoting that just makes it sound much weirder than it actually already is. Tell you what, Deedless, I'll send you the lines so you can at least try and get them right. Oh boy. There you go.
Okay.
Alright, we need someone to join the opposing team, guys, otherwise we're not gonna have a game.
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
You gotta find some context for this, man. Just drop it into conversation randomly. Oh boy. Alright, well, while I sedate or possibly put down Daedalus between games, because I don't know what's going on anymore, we will take ourselves just a little bit of a break. So when we return, and of course you guys can play on stream all the way through, we shall hopefully be back with that semi-final that we promised you. But either way around it, stay tuned and we shall return soon. Welcome back, one and all. Our first semi-final opens up here with a rematch from a previous tournament. Roxas, our #1 seed representing Japan, against Score Gaming from Mexico. Last time these guys faced each other was in a finals, and Roxas won out. Now Score Gaming have a chance to wipe the slate clean.
And you know what, Counterfeit? The last 3 times these two teams have met, they have played a total of 9 maps. And out of those 9 maps, Score Gaming, they have won 1. So Score Gaming, they have the odds against them, against Roxas.
Yep, it's going to be a proving ground here on the streets for Score Gaming. Perhaps with it being a best of 3 rather than a best of 5, Score Gaming could bring out something surprising. Here we can see Danny sniping from the far end of the street. Ruse looking for and ultimately being denied the chance to take them down, but already Roxas putting it the boot in with a substantial advantage in this opening minute.
Well, Score Gaming, they're not giving up, Counterfeit. They're only behind by 4 kills, so Roxas aren't taking a free victory quite yet, but Score Gaming, they need to start fighting back because Roxas are picking up kills all over the place, and now those recon aircraft, the bombers, and the choppers are coming in.
Yeah, real nice work from the Roxas side, who are starting to build up momentum. These heavies in the close confines of the central building are devastating. Iruburu, even without the slack, doesn't even seem to need it. That shotgun, extremely lethal in close quarters. Of course, add in the knife, and it's all looking like Score Gaming's stay in the tournament could be quite brief.
As we said, Score Gaming, they have a history of losing against Roxas. Roxas have won the last 8 maps out of 9 Score Gaming they have played against them. So Score Gaming, they want to prove the statistics wrong in this best of 3 series. But thus far, it's simply not looking like they have a chance at doing so.
Roxas certainly showing their tremendous form. There was a time in Mortal Kombat 5 history when American and Japanese teams traded tournament wins back and forth. Roxas definitely harkening back to those halcyon days for those regions, with a performance recently that's very reminiscent of the multiple Japanese teams that used to, at times be an all Japanese finals. But Roxas really putting on a massive show here. We'll have to see if Score Gaming can maybe turn things around in Game 2, because Game 1 seems to be firmly in the Japanese hands.
Score Gaming definitely will have to reset, as you said, Counterfeit, because they need to pick up the victories. They want to show the world that they can go all the way to the final and that they can actually win against Roxas, but they need to take a mental reset, because right now Roxas are just so dominant.
Score Gaming just trying to run this one out here. Not seeing them expend too much energy in this game one to try and turn around what's looking like a lost cause. Just maybe giving Roxas a little bit to think about on the way out. Perhaps we might see Score Gaming adopting some of this heavy-centric style that works so well for Roxas in this opening game.
Roxas definitely knew how to always push in for the kill, how to get up close and personal against Score Gaming, and it just looked like Score Gaming didn't have an answer to that playstyle from Roxas. So maybe in our next map, it will be better for Score Gaming, considering that our next map will be we don't know which map we're gonna have as the next one. But I could imagine that the lowest seeded team must host. We will see Score Gaming picking a map that they feel comfortable on.
Yeah, well, construction site should be the next place we end up going. But you're right, Score Gaming will have that ping advantage from playing it, well, from hosting out the game. So we'll see if that'll be enough of the edge. But I don't know, given how disparate the scores were in that last game, I don't know if it's going to make enough of a difference. For now, guys, please do stay tuned. We will return with our second Score Roxas encounter in just a few minutes. Facebook and Twitch giveaways ongoing, so get in there while you can. Get your hands on some free credits, and we shall return when the players are ready to get going again. Welcome back one and all, our second encounter between Roxas and Score Gaming, and Deedless, it could be Score Gaming's last game in the Blue Monthly Finals.
It definitely is their last hope, and the statistics are against them. As we've highlighted multiple times in our first game between these two giants, Roxas, they have won more or less every single encounter that has occurred between Roxas and Score Gaming in the last 3 tournaments.
Exactly, Score Gaming needs to pull out something special, something that we haven't seen before, if they're going to stand a chance of not only winning this game and staying in the tournament, but then taking it a second and pulling off a massive upset. These monthly finals, certainly known as a place where anything can happen, but right now, Riot are looking to try and make sure the story stays just as you would expect coming into the competition.
Now, fortunately for Score Gaming, we are on construction side, and this means that it's very open map, and therefore Score Gaming, they can make use of these snipers and they can pick down Roxas before they come running into them, because Roxas, they love to get up close and personal, and with these open spaces, Roxas will be vulnerable whenever they're running to find Score Gaming.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly on the streets, those heavies were devastating in close quarters, but yeah, Score Gaming bringing the pace of the game down considerably, a more measured approach, perhaps favoured by the Mexican team to try and pick apart the Roxas offense.
Now, this is a very slow game counterfeit, not something we've seen in the first game. That was extremely explosive, kills all over the place. We saw nukes going off, we saw dead bodies, and now in this game we've only seen, what, 17 kills. That's very unusual, especially for construction side and for Score Gaming and Roxas in particular.
I mean, you're right, but with any other combination of teams, I guess this will be... It's only not a bloodbath by comparison with the previous round, which was just eternal slaughter from post to post. Roxas have actually started to take a little bit of the lead here, though, and Zero, the one we're watching at the moment, a big part of that. Couple of kills in from Score Gaming, but Danny, woof, round the corner, does manage to bring Score back into things, at least for a moment.
In our last game, Rubaru was the big highlighted player from Roxas. Now, Counterfeit, can you check in and see how he's doing in this game? Looking at your screen, he's not doing too well for himself, only have found 1 kill, but has died 3 times.
Well, just as you said, Deedless, this is a very different map, but Rubaru deploying the same strategies before, going hard in on this heavy. That Slack's still effective as an almost guaranteed kill, but nowhere near as guaranteed when it comes to that shotgun once the Slack runs dry.
But Ryusei, on the other hand, is doing so well for himself. He's not died once. Well, actually, I cast to curse him. He died right there on the screen, but has found 5 kills for himself. So he's doing extremely well, and he's been able to really rack up those kills for Roxas. But Danny, on the other hand, for Score Gaming, he is their MVP right now, being able to find 6 kills and keeping his team in the game.
Good fire support from range, but getting cut down by Zero there. A step too far out of cover. And the Bosk, this is one of the things that makes the construction site map so interesting, is we've got all these different areas where different weapons reign supreme. Certainly within the close quarters of this inner area, the Bosk's extremely effective, though not quite tight enough outside to force anything but snipers to be the prevalent weapon.
Drawing a parallel counterfeit to our first game of this semi-final, Roxas, they pull ahead by 10 kills, and they're doing the same in this game. Our Score Gaming, they've been doing a great job at keeping up to Roxas and to just slowing down the pace of the game. But Roxas, they still reign supreme. They still have more kills than Score Gaming, and right now, Roxas, they are on the path to going all the way to the grand final of the back of Ree.
Yeah, Riot doing real good work so far. 11-3 is pretty eye-watering. If you look at the overall scores, they're almost identical on both teams, and we see this so often that if you took Rai out of the equation, these teams would have almost identical scores to each other, but Rai just performing like absolutely crazy and pretty much carrying the Roxas team on their performance alone.
11 kills for himself and only 3 deaths. This guy is massive, and now Roxas, they're not taking any chances. Time is running out. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. Score Gaming, they're gonna have to come to Roxas, because Roxas, they're not pushing forward anymore. They know that they have 8 kills to work with, and Score Gaming, they have the pressure on them.
Aldo Vasquez asking if that was a shotgun or a mini launcher. I presume they're referring to the Slack, which is a grenade launcher, which to an outside observer would definitely look a lot like a rocket launcher. Functions in much the same fashion, as Zero and the rest of the Roxas crew decide that they're not going to wait this one out, instead bringing the fight to the Mexican squad and winning out multiple team fights in a row.
But I said Roxas would not go against Score Gaming. They would not look for them. Now Roxas, they pushed forward. They have been looking for those last few kills, but Score Gaming, they have taken advantage of that and are getting some kills on their own. However, 44-36. Score Gaming, time is running out.
It's looking like the fairy story of Score is going to end poorly for them. Team owner Gomatax charging in, and Danny putting out the performance, which we know Danny is always capable of, as Score try and catch up on Roxas, but with only 30 seconds left to play, all Roxas need to do is pick up 3 of their own, make that 2 to put this one to bed.
They have bombers coming in, and they still have all of their members off, so this should be an easy peasy lemon squeezy task for them. They do it, they pick up the victory, 50-41 counterfeit, and now Roxas, they're going to the grand final.
Very impressive stuff. Score Gaming showing a lot of heart, but Roxas tearing that heart out and making play with it. Very impressive stuff from Rai, as he mentioned before. Really the standout player. Without Rai in that situation, I think we could have easily seen Score come back in and get back in to the finals. Of course, we cannot neglect Danny performing extremely well as well there, but ultimately it wasn't enough. For now,
well, I also want to highlight Kerry on the side of Roxas, the captain for that team, came up with 13 kills on his own as well. So that guy did extremely well as alongside Rise too.
Okay, so because we are getting through the tournament quite quickly, I'm going to draw the Facebook winner now. So Ricardo Silva will be our Facebook winner. Please place your dog tag and your platform. And we're going to go on to our next giveaway, which will be on Mob Crush. So hashtag Semi if you want to enter in over there. For now though, guys, we will be headed to break, and we'll catch you in a few minutes with quite likely either our other semi-finals or with the grand finals themselves. See you then. Welcome back, one and all. We have switched across to our other semi-final, Frankenstein versus number one. Our two French teams going at one another, but only one of them can progress to the grand finals to face off against the terrifying Roxas of Japan.
And it is do or die time, considering that this is our game 3 in the second semi-final. It's a best of 3, so whoever wins this will be moving into grand final against Roxas. And well, both of these teams will surely want to represent France in the grand final.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as you mentioned before, number one, certainly the favoured team coming into this one. The only team playing here today who've managed to actually take games with any kind of consistency off of Roxas, but perhaps we could be surprised. Certainly, Frankenstein, they've been a team that have been around for a long time as well, and so far it's looking incredibly even between the two French squads.
11-10, Frankenstein do have a small lead to work with, but it's not a lot, and number one can swing the momentum back into their favor in just a moment's time if they wanted to. For now, it's very close, and we still have 6 minutes more or less left to go.
Devon, we've seen them playing the other tournaments going off pretty crazy big, but so far it's been number one Taco who's been bringing out the pain for the side of number one, bringing that heavy class we've been seeing coming back to prominence recently.
You know what, kind of fit? I know you say that he's been bringing out the heavy kills. I think he's been bringing out some crispy plays.
Sure. Let's go with that.
He's a taco.
Anyways, are you stealing my joke from like a month ago?
Well, I wasn't here a month ago. Anyways, back to the
Maybe
game.
I just dreamed it.
Maybe you did. Anyways, back to the game. Frankenstein, they are taking a lead now. 6 kills against number one. And number one might not be number one in this matchup.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit spicy here for Frankenstein. Last time we saw them, as I mentioned before, right back at the beginning of the stream, Frankenstein last played at the end of October to make it to these October finals, taking down Severe and Score Gaming, much as Roxas have done on the other side of the bracket. So perhaps we underestimated the Frankensteins. Perhaps they will take down their sister team here. Certainly, if things keep going the way they are, even Devon's potential legendary performance might not be enough to save the number one team.
For now, it does look like Frankenstein will be the team moving into the grand final, and they'll have to face up against Roxas. I would love to see both of these teams, number one and Frankenstein, go up against Roxas, because Roxas as a team, they have been so dominant in their semi-final. And I would love to see if Frankenstein or number one could fight against Roxas and put up a good fight.
Card seems to be the linchpin of Frankenstein's success. 12-4 so far on that BSW. Lightning fast on locking down those number one targets. And Frankenstein close to putting this one out to pasture very quickly. Going to be the chase behind the car, but number one win at the last trade convincingly, almost wiping Frankenstein off the map.
Frankenstein are pulling themselves closer and closer to that final kill score that they need. 4 more kills against number one. 46-38. Now 47-38. Frankenstein, they're looking for those kills. They're looking to shut down number one. Number one having a bit of a hard time in this game, but with the EMP strikes coming in from Frankenstein, and with them finding another kill, we are getting closer and closer, and Frankenstein, they will go into the grand final to meet Roxas.
Just like that, it is all over. So yes, we were joining in game number 3. So that one apiece swiftly turns into a ticket to the finals. Roxas, I'm sure, are watching and waiting, and as should us all. So we will be opening up the YouTube giveaway to end out things today very shortly. So stay tuned for that. For now though, guys, we will be back shortly. As I said, Roxas should be pretty much ready to go straight away. I suspect Frankenstein might want to take a moment to catch their breath, but we'll see. Perhaps they'll want to dive straight into things as well. Either way around it, stay tuned and we shall return. Alright guys, we're waiting for our grand finals to begin, which of course will be Frankenstein getting a surprising win over number 1 to now go on and face off against Roxas in the grand finals. This will guarantee both those teams a share of the €500 prize pool, but whoever wins will take home €350 and the second place will have to settle for €150. But before we get to all of that, D-list, we're going to do what you taught me to do best, which is play Battle Royale.
Oh, well. Also, don't suck.
If you guys want to take part, then if you queue now, I think, is that how time works? We're ahead of people. So,
yes, we are.
So we need them to queue ahead of us? Or does that work?
No, you say queue now, and once that reaches people, then I think you wait like, what, 3 seconds before you queue.
Okay.
So people, so you like, you wait for the timer or the delay? I think you wait for the delay on the stream.
So it's usually around 10 seconds or so, I guess, to process and get up to people. So if you guys want to play on stream with myself and D-list, my Battle Royale coach, who's helped bring me from turkey leg to turkey sandwich in this mode so far, then please do come and join in. Just throw up a YOLO into the chat to let me know you're from stream. If I could actually micro my way through the speech menu, that would be nice. But yeah, come and join us. So, Deedless, coach, where should we drop him?
Left airport. We want to get the tower. What's it called? It's a tower, right? You want to go and grab the tower where you can get that OP sniper.
Alright, let's hope no one else goes there. So we're just doing a little bit of Battle Royale while we wait for the finals. Oh, hello, an actual gun. Excellent. I wasn't expecting to get one of those.
Nice. Now you activate the beacon, then you hide, and then you grab the beacon once it falls down. Somebody's shooting you. Aim down sight, Peter. You can do this, Peter. Oh. You can't do this, Peter, apparently.
Where did he even shoot me from?
He was inside the building.
Oh, I didn't look inside there. Well, let's try again, I guess. So, as soon as our finals is ready, we will be jumping across that. But for now, so, Deedless, Coach Deedly, what did we do wrong in that game?
You got shot.
Well, I mean, yes, but, you know, give me a little bit more detail.
I think the main problem was that when you tried to find your opponent, you exposed too much of your body, which allowed for him to hit you in your head.
Okay, so I have...
You want to all walk between multiple protections, or multiple layers of protection, so you can actually hide all the time.
Okay. Well, we've got a lot of time to think about it, so let's go back and revisit the scene of the crime, and perhaps we can all learn together. Now we're in Deedle class. It doesn't really work. We'll keep coming up with different things. So, here is the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So, we went up. I don't think this works in this mode, does it? Or the pre-game.
No.
So
you went behind the turbines, right?
Yes.
So you want to all walk between those and then wait for him to shoot towards you so that you can spot where he is or where he's coming from. Does it make sense? Why are you dancing?
I feel like dancing.
Well, no dancing in my class.
Oh no. Well, I can at least say YOLO, fiddly-dee. I'm glad that YOLO's not really a thing anymore.
We are not here to have fun, Counterfeit.
Oh no!
We're here to learn.
Alright,
Stop dancing. Alright, well, let's go to the same place.
Oh boy. Okay. This feels pretty high intensity, man.
Well, either you learn or you die. So I think it's a good way of learning.
What do you think about Big Gorilla saying he thinks that being exposed isn't that bad, but he thinks that moving around is more important? What do you say to that, huh?
Yeah, well,
There is definitely someone up on that thing there.
I agree with Big Gorilla that being exposed inherently isn't a big problem. The problem lies when you are exposed but not moving. That's the biggest problem. Activate the beacon, then hide. Because, okay, now you want to all walk between the turbines. What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to shoot that guy. Shoot him!
Oh man! I suck at this game.
Yeah.
I was doing so well. Well, this is a good time as any to quit while we're ahead.
We have our grand final coming up.
Hurrah! So, get your YouTube entries in while you can. This will be the best of 5, so get quite a while to respond. But do bear in mind that Nightbot will disqualify people who enter in multiple times. For now, though, Roxas making the first game. We have our pass key, and we'll be getting things underway. So, Deedless, based on what we've seen so far...
Of your playing, or...
No, put that aside. That doesn't even matter in the slightest. The Roxas and Frankenstein. Certainly Roxas coming as the favourites, but now Frankenstein knocking off their country folk in number 1. And number 1 being the team that could beat Roxas by transitive property. Surely Frankenstein can now beat Roxas themselves.
Sure, I see where you're coming from. And I think I agree, but I must say that Roxas have looked more dominant than Frankenstein. Because Frankenstein have shown that they can obviously bleed. And if they are against a team that are equal or better, then they won't be performing as well as Roxas, who clearly just run over their entire competition.
I think that's fair. I mean, yeah, you're right. The Roxas we haven't really seen kind of show any signs of real weakness so far. But I don't know, I hold out hope that maybe Frankenstein can inherit the form that number 1 have shown otherwise. I mean, I've got to believe, otherwise we're firmly in the era of Roxas, and that may not be changing anytime soon.
Well, it wouldn't be the worst timeline to live in, right? With Roxas being our overlords, I think that could be cool. I would love to see Roxas become the new best team in the scene.
Yep, well, they've certainly looked pretty good for a while. So, it seems like you're pretty firmly coming down on the Roxas side of the equation. So I'll expand out the point a little bit more. A big thing for the teams in the Modern Combat 5 esports scene is their longevity. It's one thing to be on top, but if you're going to draw out into the future, given what you've seen of Roxas so far, assuming that their lineup stays intact as they are right now, because we can't really account for player changes, but assuming we have the same players playing, if they win our grand finals here today and cement themselves up at the top of the table, how long do you think Roxas can hold on there?
I think for as long as they stay together as this roster, because I think this roster in itself has shown to be extremely dominant. Now, obviously, they haven't matched up against Severe, they haven't matched up against number 1, so there are a lot of opponents that they are yet to meet. But against the opponents they have met today, and historically Score Gaming have been a great team, Roxas, they have just looked like the best team in the competition. So if they stay together in this roster, then I'm sure that they're going to be able to stay on top of the MC5 blue zone table scoreboard for, well, at least a month, if not longer.
I think we might be looking at a remade lobby here, given by the players all seemingly leaving. So we'll just check and see if that is the case. No, it doesn't seem to be. Alright, well, sorry about this, guys. We'll have to wait for all the players to arrive to officially get our grand finals started. We may be having a little bit of a delay here, but I guess, well, we've got a chance before we get into the game itself. From what you've seen so far, Deedless, Are there any particular players that we should be looking out for in this grand final?
Well, I would keep a close watch on V and Kerry from Roxas. Because these two guys, they have impressed me a lot. They haven't been flashy, but they've been able to pick up a lot of kills in a very silent way. They've been that silent carry for their team. And together, being able to rack up, like 12 and 13 kills in one game means a lot for the success of your team. So I would keep an eye on these two guys. And if I were Frankenstein, sorry, I would try to shut these two guys down because they seem to be the carries from Roxas.
So, we're currently having a little bit of a discussion with our admin today, Soldier Girl, to try and find out what happened to Frankenstein, since they seem to have abandoned ship a little bit on this lobby. So, while we do, we're just going to throw on some music for a second while we try and get this game sorted out. We may need to create a new lobby, but either way around it, we shall return as soon as we are physically able to. Once all our players have got their ducks in a row, we shall be back with our grand finals, starting out from Game 1 on the Museum. Welcome back one and all. Thank you guys so much for your patience. The Grand Finals begins here in the museum. Who will make an exhibit of themselves and who will... I didn't have a follow-up second part of that joke, but it sounded good to start with, didn't it, D-Liz?
It definitely did. And now the question to your answer, I don't know yet. But we'll have to wait and see which team will pick up the €350 prize pool for placing first. Will it be Roxas or will it be Frankenstein? Roxas, they have been so dominant in their semi-final. Frankenstein had to go all the way to 3 games in order to win against number 1, their fellow representatives from France.
Yeah, Frankenstein carrying forward the legacy of number 1, the only team who could really give Roxas a serious run all the way to the end of a series. So far though, Zero and the rest of the Roxas squad looking pretty strong here as they dominate the corridors. Zero somehow going 1v3 I think there, but does get punished on the tail end.
Now remember, I also told you to keep an eye out for Kiri and Rai in this game. Rai and Kiri, they stepped up massively in game 2 of their semi-final. Now Zero has been doing well for himself, but can we check in with the other members from Roxas? Just a quick moment, Conflict.
Yeah, let's bring up the scores and see. So Zero not quite matching up to the Cobra Rusei in terms of raw killing power, but actually as we're saying all of this, Mojtaba and Golden Sky over for the side of Frankenstein doing some pretty nice work of their own, almost for a moment at least, catching up on the Japanese squad.
Roxas aren't winning this game without a fight from Frankenstein. Now Roxas here, once you reach those 20 kills, they start to just run off, and they're doing the same against Frankenstein. Now, nearing that 10 kill lead for themselves, Roxas, they are looking very good in this grand final.
Triple kill though for Mojtaba could be a way back in. Frankenstein, despite the fierce opposition being thrown up here, are holding on. Card, one of our standout players and the captain of the Frankenstein team. Oh, wait a second. Oh my god. Roxas just came back with, I think, 5 kills in a row. A delayed ace of sorts, putting pay to any thoughts from Frankenstein of bringing things back to parity.
See, Counterfeit, if you knew how to play like these players, then you would be super good at Battle Royale, but unfortunately, you aren't so good at it. And Roxas, they now got an airstrikes for themselves, so they are making sure to hammer their victory in here.
Well, for all I was praising Roxas, even while I was saying it, Frankenstein did come back with a slew of kills of their own, as we see a brutal exchange there that keeps things almost exactly the same. But Golden Sky for Frankenstein dropping out, an opportunity arises for Roxas to put this game beyond reproach.
A 5 kill lead is what you have on the side of Roxas, but Frankenstein are not giving up. They have only the need to pick up 5 more kills, but Roxas, Kiri picks up a kill, and Rubu picks up a kill, and suddenly Roxas, they only need 2 more kills.
Frankenstein close on their tails, but the gap has remained more or less the same for a long time, and now Roxas only need 1 more kill, and 1 more kill is found courtesy of Arubaru.
Roxas pick up the first victory here in this best of 5 grand final. This is exactly what we were expecting to see, Counterfeit. And now Roxas against Frankenstein have shown that they can also run wild. That Frankenstein, while they had a close match, will have to pull something out of their hat in order to stand a chance against Roxas.
Standout player definitely going to be Rusei in that last round, but unfortunately, Golden Sky dropping out. Mojtaba and Golden Sky both doing well in game 1. We'll see if they can continue that into the second game, or if Roxas's momentum can be carried across onto the second map. For now though, guys, do stay tuned. Our YouTube giveaway remains in place until this finals is concluded. So it could be in 2 games, it could be in 4 more. Get your entries in, but do remember, don't enter in more than 1 time, or Daedalus and Nightbot will be very disappointed. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back everyone, our Grand Finals continues, our latest stop in this best of 5 Game 2. Roxas and Frankenstein will go head to head on conversion.
Now, Roxas, they are one game up against Frankenstein, so Frankenstein, they'll want to win this map, unless they want to have their back against the wall, and they surely do not want that, but apparently one of their players just disconnected, so Frankenstein, they are already on their back foot.
Yeah, and Roxas giving no room whatsoever for Frankenstein to try and find their feet in this game too, rushing in. And despite Frankenstein putting up a pretty fierce defense, you can see Roxas moving in formation, sweeping through the lines of Frankenstein and coming out with a 6-kill advantage when all is said and done.
For Roxas, if they do win this game, then they are 2-0 against Frankenstein. It's a best of 5 grand final. So all they will need more is one victory. And then they will have the lion's share of that 500 euro prize pool.
Rubru, one of the players we're looking out for in this game, along with Ruse and Rai. Honestly, so many strong performances from the different Rox members during this series. It's tough to pick out just one, but Golden Sky, who we did see drop out earlier, back in circulation and already picking up the pace for Frankenstein with 2 kills untraded.
We definitely can't write off Frankenstein. They aren't zombies, but they continue to go. They know how to fight against Roxas. We saw that in the last game. They knew how to step up to the plate and actually put Roxas to the test. They're doing the same in this game. But for now, Roxas, they are controlling this entire map.
Frankenstein, even with a full roster, in pretty heavy trouble. Golden Sky and Cad both with a decent amount of kills. But Rai, again, seeming to be the player to watch from Roxas, keeping those deaths very, very low, but will not make them immune to a sniper rifle to the face.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of people who are immune to a sniper rifle to the face, unless you are Superman or something, and I don't think we have him here in this game. But who we do have is Roxas, and they're doing super well for themselves. Once again, all of their members are finding kills all over the map and are making sure to come up with their share of the portion of the kills that you need in order to win a game.
Yeah, you're right. The burden of responsibility being shared across the Roxas team, and they're keeping up pretty well. Yes, nearly all of them. Well, there's only a spread of 3 kills between the best and worst player on the Roxas side, so all of them contributing to a very strong Game 2 performance.
Frankenstein are behind by 8 kills now, only 7, and they are not giving up without a fight, but Roxas are just pulling further and further to that 50 kill mark. Roxas going 2-0, and this map will mean that Frankenstein have their back against the wall.
So Golden Sky, who are watching at the moment, doing extremely well since reconnecting back to the game. You have to wonder if Golden Sky had been here for the whole game, if we could be looking at, if not at a Frankenstein comeback, then at least a much closer Game 2. As it stands, Roxas 1 kill away, and that kill is delivered courtesy of who else but Rai.
Now this means that we will see Roxas go 2-0 here in the grand final, and for Frankenstein to have to go for a reverse sweep if they want to come back in the blue monthly finals.
Right guys, we will be headed to break. When we return, we shall crown ourselves the champions of the Blue October Finals. Each week we see play for the teams to try and qualify for this event, and October ends here for one of these 2 teams. We'll be back in just a little while. Welcome back, one and all. Our grand finals could be over by the end of this game. Vantage, the last hope for the Frankensteins. And D-list, knowing what you do know about reanimated corpses, will Frankenstein be able to bring back their hopes from the dead?
What do I know about reanimated corpses?
Go with it.
I definitely know a lot about reanimated corpses. Frankenstein can definitely make their way back in this game, at least if they get a grip on Roxas. And in this game, it's not such an open map, which Roxas they love to play in. Roxas they love whenever they can run up to you and they can find you without any trouble. Now in this map, it's a close quarters fight, so Frankenstein, if they stick together, Roxas could have a problem.
Good trading in the early going, actually pretty even. Golden Sky, remember from last time round, had a very strong performance. Not the best of starts in this encounter, but Mojtaba doing some great work in the early going. Remember them from before. Very, very quick on those scopes. Deadly accurate and takes out Zero there, though not without being traded back. Still, Frankenstein stay within a kill's distance of Roxas. Mojtaba getting shot from behind, still aiming down sights. But with that last exchange, Roxas start to take the lead.
Now Ryusei is hunting for a few kills as he gets taken down. But everyone we spectate is taken down. This game is very explosive. Frankenstein, however, aren't close to Roxas. Only 2 kills behind. Never mind about that. Now they're even.
A dead even. Emphasis on the dead. As Golden Sky will be swarmed by Roxas players. You pointed this out before. Roxas certainly very effective with their pack hunting tactics. Able to bring those numbers to bear. And each member of Frankenstein fed into the meat grinder. Or maybe the meat grinder has been turned back in. As Golden Sky and Mojtaba go back up into the bloodbath on the upper floors.
But we continue with that bloodbath as everyone is running up there. Now, it looks like it will be Roxas coming out ahead as they gain control of that. But Noctis comes in and picks up a few Roxas members as I say that. And Frankenstein, they have the lead. The French representatives are doing so well for themselves in this game. And wow, Cat picks up 2 kills on Ryusei. And now Roxas, they are so far behind.
Cat doing all of that from inside the Roxas team. Incredibly impressive stuff considering how far behind Frankenstein are at this point. This game do or die. But yeah, Frankenstein's managing to do extremely well. And they're not showing any signs of slowing down.
No, they aren't. And Roxas, they are in trouble now because they are 5 kills behind Frankenstein. They need to find kills without giving them up to Frankenstein. And even though they're finding kills now, Frankenstein, they continue to trade 1 for 1.
As Hero Gaming Simon says, we should raise our glasses of delicious water to the performance of Frankenstein in this game. They are playing out of their minds. Where was this Frankenstein in game 1 and 2? But for all the effort, for all the heart the French team have put into this finals, it's still incredibly close. Roxas could still come back and steal game 3, and with it, the finals themselves.
3 kills now is all Frankenstein they need. But for Roxas, it's 5 kills. Ree picks up a kill. Golden Sky picks up a kill. And here comes Cat. 1 more kill for Frankenstein. Can they make sure to pick up 1 victory in this grand final? They will do that. They will make sure to not lose out in the 3rd game. Roxas, they'll have to work harder.
What an incredible performance. And just as you said, in this game 3, CAD with an incredible performance right at the end, just fed member after member of Roxas into their sights, took every single one of them down, along with Mojtaba, and honestly the rest of the team, all doing fantastically there, ending up 5 kills ahead. Not at all what we expected, but it means that we have a series on our hands.
It definitely does kind of fit, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out, because now Frankenstein, showing signs of life, are going to be putting Roxas to the test.
Alright guys, stay tuned. Can Frankenstein defy the odds once more, or will Roxas close the door on history? Game 4 beckons, and we'll be here right after the break. Welcome, welcome, one and all. It's high time for some overtime. Deedless, Frankenstein defied the odds and took one of the very few games off of Roxas they have lost in recent memory. Do you think they can do it one more time?
Oh, definitely, but we must say that Game 3 was super close between Frankenstein and Roxas. It could definitely have tipped over to Roxas, and well, already from the start here, Roxas are looking to pick up the victory.
Still though, in the close confines of these corridors, kills will fall like rain. Arubaru getting tagged up and bagged up by a diminished four-person Frankenstein roster who will be joined by Golden Sky. Has been having some connection issues during the course of this series, but the rest of the Frankenstein squad able to fill in the gaps with bullets.
And talking about Frankenstein, they have found their spirit here in this grand final. They have now been able to find a way to stand their ground against Roxas. It's an even game. Frankenstein don't have a lead, but at least they're even against Roxas, and they aren't allowing Roxas to run off with this with this fourth game.
Yeah, it's impressive enough to make it through to Game 4 when so many other teams have faltered against the ferocity of the Roxas lineup from Japan. Still though, Frankenstein, you have to wonder what number one their country folk are thinking watching this game, knowing that they were the heirs apparent to Roxas's throne. But now it's all down to Frankenstein, it's all down to this game to see if Frankenstein can push through to a Game 5 and maybe, just maybe, raise the possibility of actually seeing Roxas lose.
They certainly are trying their best to do so, but now Roxas, they're running off with it. They now have a 10 kill lead, well, 9 kill lead, but nonetheless a very extreme lead. Frankenstein are falling behind. Roxas, they have gotten back into this game and now they look like that old dominant team.
Cad we're checking with, remember, the savior of the Frankenstein team in game number 3. Went through the Roxas lineup like a knife through butter, but now is struggling to find Roxas members. Does manage to find Kiri and pick them off, but the lead for Roxas is just getting more overwhelming by the moment. There's a reason the number 1 seed, perhaps woken up by that game 3 loss. Not going to get the clean 3-0, but it's looking like it may just be one game separated from that earlier number.
It did seem like it was wake up time for Roxas between game 3 and game 4. Now Frankenstein, while they have been able to find a lot of kills for themselves, they have allowed Roxas to gain 42 kills and run off with the series. And now Roxas, all they need are now 6 kills before they cement their victory in the grand final.
Golden Sky on a streak for the Frankenstein side, but yes, Roxas so close to putting this one in the ground. Golden Sky will get shut down. Roxas need only the smallest of margins to tip the finals balance over the edge and to a Roxas victory.
We are so close. Roxas, they can taste it. 2 more kills. Will they be able to do it? For now, Roxas are hanging on. They don't want to end this prematurely, but Frankenstein, they need 8 kills. Can they make a comeback? It looks unlikely as Roxas has picked up 1 more kill for themselves.
Frankenstein need to stay away from the deadly shots of Kiri, because Kiri is an absolute monster looking for one last one. And what more appropriate way than Kiri the carry for Roxas in game number 3 than to take out the savior of Frankenstein in the previous round for that last kill. Cad stepping up again, but this time slapped down by Roxas.
Kiri, what an amazing score. 18 kills, 9 deaths. This guy stepped up massively in this game for Roxas. Kiri, the captain of the team, he deserves the MVP.
With that, we crown ourselves Blue Monthly Champions. As we said before, €500 prize pool will be split. 350 to Roxas and 150 to Frankenstein, but also Invictus Camo, the mark of championship teams distributed to the top 3 finishers from today. So definitely nothing to be ashamed of, particularly for these top 2 teams, but for all the teams that made it through to the monthly finals, they are amongst the best in the blue region. So a lot of credit to them. Our YouTube winner, my apologies, Lacorn TM, I believe, is around. So Lacorn, if you could post your dog tag and platform into the chat, we will draw our second YouTube winner as well. So Semi-A-Tick and Lacorn, if you could post your details in, then we'll be drawing things towards a close today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will run one last game. We wait for those 2 people to come back in. Let's see, Lacorn, there we are. So, Daedalus, I'll leave it in your hands. What should we do as our final game of the day to kill a little bit of time while we wait for our last winners to respond?
You know what? It's always entertaining to watch you fail at Battle Royale.
Alright, so let's do it! So guys, if you join the queue now, I believe it's about 10 seconds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's go! Alright, so guys, if you're watching, come join the Battle Royale mode, and let's go out with a bang. So Lacorn and Semi-A-Tick. Lacorn, got your details, thank you very much. I think Semi-A-Tick may not be here, so we'll have to redraw them for our second winner in a couple of minutes. But again, congratulations to Roxas. But all credit across to their opponents, Frankenstein. They did a hell of a job, and for a few precious moments, a few precious minutes, I think we both believed that a miracle could happen.
Yes, definitely. And kind of you asked me a question before we went into the grand final on whether or not Roxas they could continue to be this dominant team that we saw in the semi-final, and whether or not they could move past this Blue October grand final and be one of the best teams in our region. And I think the answer is quite safely yes, that they definitely outclassed Frankenstein tonight. But Frankenstein also proved that Roxas, they complete, that Roxas aren't the invincible team. And if they meet an immovable object, well, then they will try to move it, but will not always succeed.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Semi-A-Tick.
Well, that's because you're not me.
You're not me. I'm me. Semi-A-Tick, thank you for your details. So we'll close out this weekend's competition with this last game of Battle Royale. Of course, guys, do look forward to the improvements which will be coming up for Battle Royale as we find 2 people having a conversation at the top of a hill. It's already pretty fun so far. We'll only continue to get more so. And of course, we would be remiss to officially end things out without sending our thanks across to Soldier Girl for doing the admin duties today. Everything run nice and smoothly. Oh gosh, I think we're going to go to the most busy place ever. But again, thank you to all our admins and Soldier Girl in particular for tonight's hard work.
Okay, kind of it?
Yes.
You have a grenade launcher now. Let's find some armor. That's a tier 1 armor, right?
It's not a grenade launcher, it's a shotgun.
Oh, it's a shotgun. Oh well. It looked like a grenade launcher.
It does look like a grenade launcher. You're completely right. Let's see if we can find a gun that's not terrible though. What have we got? Alright, I guess you'll have to do. So that's an assault rifle. There's some ammo. We've got a speed up. I think we've got tier 2 armor ready. So
well, let's go shoot some people.
Alright, yeah, I was going to ask you, should we get into a fight with someone or should we just run away?
Since it's you, I would say run away. But considering what you have, I would say go fight.
Well, we've exposed ourselves by firing at nothing there. So
Well, you're also running on a hill. You're pretty exposed right now, mate.
Dive into a valley! Alright, so yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, the thing is we need every advantage possible because... Oh, hello. I like the looks of this. So there we go, an actual sniper rifle. Not very much ammo for it, but let's pick up all this stuff, which hopefully is not going to result in us just getting shot in the back of the head. We got away with it this time around. So I guess if we've got a good sniper rifle, but not very much ammo for it, we probably need to get that ammo before we start breaking off into the hiding in the hills like a recluse. Oh, there's some ammo. Excellent, excellent. Okay, 95 shots. Probably will never need to worry about ammo for that ever again. So let's get ourselves up this hill. Deedless.
I would assume that you don't have to worry about ammo because you're gonna die before you even shoot one bullet.
Oh, thanks, Dadless.
No, I'm joking. I believe in you, Counterfeit. You can do this.
I'm a real boy. Oh, some health packs. I like it, I like it. Now, what have we got here? Oh gosh! Man, well, I think we were on the completely wrong part of the map. Because... yeah, we are miles away from the zone. Fortunately, the first zone doesn't do that much damage. And so I think we'll be alright for the moment. I think we probably need to have our impact for when we inevitably run into someone ahead of us. Oh no, we've fallen down the hill! Deedless, I was going to ask you, we need a name for the various hills we come across, because I don't think anyone's really named them properly yet.
Okay, I would, the one you just fell down,
Mm-hmm.
I would call that Bruise.
Ah, Bruise Hill. Oh, crap.
Oh, well. That happened.
Alright. We'll do it one more time,
Okay.
That was a bit unfortunate. To be fair, like, I'm trying to think, so what should I have done? Okay, in an ideal world, I would have clocked the kind of terrain as I was moving up there and realised where the terrain was around me. And then when someone started shooting me from behind, actually, like, be able to go, okay, I need to move in this direction to break line of sight. As it was, I was like, and then I probably should have just carried on running, because as soon as I was... once I'd been shot in the back once, the person who's shooting at me knows exactly where I am, whereas I have no idea where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably just need to run away at that point and try and get behind something, because if I have to turn around as I did and try and find them before I even shoot at them, they're gonna, you know, unless they're terrible, I'm gonna get killed.
Yeah. So, unless they play like you,
yeah,
you're gonna get killed. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, I think it's a queue. Let's just try that again. I think the queue might have expired. Whew. So, Deedless, we've reached... well, if the last one standing is, might have hiccuped for a bit. If that is the case, then I guess we can call it an end here. But thank you guys so much for dropping by. This has been one of our monthly big weekends of Mortal Kombat 5. But if you want to see when your next tournament is coming up for in local time, I think it's !ESL. But I'll just post the general link which you can see. So head to play.eslgaming.com/Mortal/global/MC5, which is quite a mouthful. Probably should need to make a shorter version of that. To be able to check out the tournaments in your local time if you sign in with an ESL profile. For now though, I think the last man standing queue may have gone down. It's beta, guys! So we'll call it a night. You can find Deedless at Deedless Casts? Is that correct?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
You might want to post that into the chat, because it's not the easiest thing to say out loud and have someone know how to spell it immediately.
I'm not in the chat anymore, unfortunately. Can you post it for?
Alright. Well, you can find Deedless at Deedless Casts. It's DAEDALUS Casts. You can find me at Counterfeit Cast, but without the S at the end. And also, if you haven't already, please do follow Mortal Kombat 5 on all the social medias. It makes them very happy whenever that happens. And of course, you will be able to keep up with anything that does develop. There are developer streams going on. There's a patch coming up as well. We're hoping to get more developments on the, balance-wise, more stuff to do with the Battle Royale, all the good stuff. The game is very much in active development, so things are going to be changing all the time. And there's also a camouflage, I believe, that's going to get revealed on the Facebook. Hector Spartan, with regards to rewards for watching streams, it's something that's being worked on. It's not a guarantee that it's going to happen, but it has been raised as an idea, so we're going to try and make it more directly rewarding for people to watch streams. But watch this space, because it's not in place as of yet. For now, though, thank you guys so much for watching again. Deedless, thanks for joining me on Cast. Soldier Girl, thanks for doing the admin stuff behind the scenes. And most of all, thanks to you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.